you go. Now you know.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if not, what's up, bunnies? How's it going? So today is going to be such a fun video. I am so excited to finally share my story, my experience on when I got to go to American Idol. Yes indeed, honey. Your girl got the honor, the privilege to go on that American Idol stage. I mean, just looking back on it, it happened a few years ago. It is absolutely one of my favorite memories of my life. One of my favorite memories as a singer. I mean, I literally grew up watching American Idol. I feel like my first memories of watching the show was watching Ruben Studdard win. And of course, when Fantasia won, I mean, me and my family, we were just boo-hoo crying for her. We wanted her to win so badly. And I remember watching the show and just being like, I want to do that one day. I want to get up on that stage, and just to think that I was able to do that was absolutely a dream come true. Being able to have this golden ticket, I felt like, you know, like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Like, this is that gold ticket. Like, it was everything. So if you guys want to hear about my story and my experience at American Idol, definitely stay tuned and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure to hit that notification bell so you guys are always notified when I upload. I upload every single Monday. And I upload my shorts every single day. So cop that too. So let me not even waste any more time. Let's get into the story. But honestly, before we get into the story, I'm gonna go ahead and put this right back in the frame. That's the frame that you guys always see that's right here. It's my American Idol ticket. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna go put that up. So my story goes all the way back to 2020. Oh God, even just thinking about it, it's just so crazy that I did this thing, this huge thing during the pandemic. Like, what the hell was I thinking? Baby, what a time. So yeah, it was October of 2020. I just want to preface the story by saying this. Growing up, I auditioned for these kind of shows, X Factor, The Voice, American Idol, and I never made it. I never made it past like the open casting calls. So by the time that I hit, you know, my early mid 20s, I kind of felt discouraged, and I felt like, okay, maybe that's not my avenue to make my dreams come true. Like, I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter, I'm an entertainer. Like, I have so many different options on creating the life that I want for myself. I don't have to necessarily do that on TV. So I kind of just gave up on that dream of being on one of those competition shows. I, at the time, was working as a receptionist at a chiropractor's office. So I was, you know, working by day, and then at night I was doing my music thing. So I had that nice flow. So when this opportunity presented itself, it was very shocking, but I was very much open to it. It was just like, let's see where this goes. So I ended up getting a DM from a casting director on Instagram whilst at my job, literally sitting in front of the computer. And I'm like, ugh, thinking it's like scam or whatever. I'm like, oh God, like another scam. But I open up the message and I'm seeing that it's a legit casting director from American Idol. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, her message is basically like, hey, we love your content and we would love for you to audition for the show. Mind you, I only knew about auditions going from open casting calls and then working your way up to, you know, performing in front of the producers, more casting directors, and then finally getting up on the show. So having a casting director just like approach me, I was like, what the hell? Like, I'm about to skip some steps or what? Like, I was very flattered. This probably happens to a lot of people, so I know I'm not special in that way, but just for it to happen that way, I was like, oh my God. And now looking back, maybe it was because of the pandemic, I don't know, but if that is normal, like on regular seasons, if they approach people, definitely let me know in the comments. I don't know. I'm just retelling my story. So remember, like I said, I kind of like gave up hope with shows like this. But at that moment, I'm like, you know what? This opportunity came to me. So how about this? Maybe I'll just go with the flow. I'll do the auditions, and if it works out, it works out. And then if it doesn't, no sweat off my back. You know, it is what it is. And that's exactly what ended up happening. I was scheduled an audition with 2 producers. I ended up singing Hallucinate by Dua Lipa. Why? I don't know. I loved that song at that time. So maybe that's why. I don't know. And I think they wanted to hear like pop music. So I'm like, bam, like, that's the song of the summer for me. Let's go. So I ended up auditioning for them. I ended up making it past that. I auditioned one more time and I made it past that. And then I ended up getting the call from my casting agent, I mean, at this point, saying that I'm going to go to, I live in LA, so I'm invited to the LA auditions where I'm gonna audition for the judges. Bitch, my mind was blown. You have to understand, at that time, like, the whole sequence of events happened so quickly. Like one day I'm at my job, mind you, it's in the midst of COVID, so it is shut down. It is October of 2020. So I am at my job, go home, do whatever I do, you know, wake up, rinse and repeat, right? To now being like, oh my God, my life is completely changed. I'm about to go sing on American Idol. Like, oh my God, just what a great time to be alive. It was in every aspect because the world was just completely falling apart. And honestly, that was another thing that I had to think about. I was told that when I go to the auditions in LA that I'm going to be staying at a hotel at the Hollywood Roosevelt, and I would basically be quarantined there for as long as they needed me. I think maximum we were all gonna be there for probably like 5, 6, 7 days, something like that. But I have a job and I wasn't working there long enough to, you know, call out sick or, you know, have my time to go on vacation. Like, no, I didn't have that at all. I was a little baby working there. What do you mean? So I'm like, how am I going to be able to miss however many days of work? I don't even know how many days, but I just need to basically have at least the work week off. So oh God, I ended up telling my manager, I called her the night before I was supposed to go to the auditions, and I was like, I'm sick. If you know, you know. Mean Girls, bitch. And she basically was, Regina, she was like, boo, you whore. But what are you supposed to say, especially during this time, during COVID? I didn't say I had COVID, but I just said like, because it's COVID and I'm feeling sick, I don't think that that's a smart idea. And mind you, I work at an essential workplace. I work at a hospital. So I'm like, really? Do you want me with my sick ass to come to work and, you know, putting people at risk? But I had to do what I had to do, bitch. There was no way that I was gonna be able to be like, yeah, I got invited to American Idol and I'm gonna need 5 days off. Bitch, I would've got fired right then and there. They probably would have made me put out the ad for someone to replace me. Like, no, and I'm not gonna do that. So I ended up doing it and it worked. Oh! It worked. And literally my whole time whilst I was there, I would be like, you know, she would be asking me like for my COVID test, and I'd be like, oh, there's delays, you know. So each day I would just have to be like, there's delays. But if you think about it, back then there were low-key delays. Like when you would do your COVID test, it would sometimes take a couple of days depending on who you got it from. So these were like legit excuses, but it was still like, bitch, we need you. You're the receptionist. And like now looking back, like I feel so bad, but I don't regret it. Oh, it's not bad. So off we went. The beauty about this trip was that I was able to bring my best friend, and knowing that I had my best friend there with me, I knew that we were just going to have a ball. It is still COVID, so the COVID protocols, you know, 6 feet, wearing masks, and it's hot and it's uncomfortable, but we really did make the most of it. Like I said, they basically had us quarantined. I heard from other seasons, I'll just speak for LA, that's where I was. When you are in these hotels, you kind of have like free autonomy to go downstairs and, you know, go out the hotel and be in Hollywood and go to bars and go eat and go do this if you want to. Like, they're not keeping you hostage. You just need to make sure that you're back when it's call time or whenever we need you, you know. Not for us. We had to literally stay in our rooms until we were told to come out. But honestly, like I said, I had my best friend there, so we was just treating it like a sleepover. Like, okay, you know, we have free room service. Like, we really just made the most out of it. And he was completely, really sad we're not friends anymore, but he was completely my cheerleader. I mean, he was helping me when I had to like do like filming things, and because he was there with me, you know, I had to like talk about him and like what he means to me. It was such an amazing experience, it just being us. Like that is the part that I really won't ever forget. So during the times when they would have to call you down, you know, it would be like just for meetings, just them welcoming us to American Idol. There were some moments where we were able to like mingle with each other, so that was another fun part of the experience. I just got to meet a lot of cool people, and I still follow some of those people to this day, and seeing them grow as people and as singers, like, it's a really beautiful thing. And you know, outside of that, like I said, we we was just in our room. Like, we was just in our room, child. They would pull you so you could be like background if someone was doing an interview. You know, there were some times where you got interviewed. So it was really just a whirlwind experience for a few days. So the day before my audition, I had to practice with the pianist. And that was such an awesome experience because I'm in this big theater with beautiful acoustics. And I chose to sing Fall in Line by Christina Aguilera and Demi Lovato. If anybody knows me, they know that Christina Aguilera, literally my idol. Every talent show that I've done, any type of anything, like I'll sing Christina Aguilera because I know that I'm gonna be a shoo-in. All of her songs have tested my vocal ability, and I feel like Christina Aguilera's songs, they're just showstoppers. So I sing those when I wanna make somebody feel, when I wanna win a trophy, like I'll pick that. But here's the tea. This is the part of the American Idol experience that was a little uncomfortable and made me realize truly, like, this isn't about you. This isn't about truly who you are. Sometimes it's about how we can cast you. And, you know, mind you, my casting agent was like, we were like this. So by the time that I got on the show, you know, I really fucks with her. Like, that's my girl. When she was asking me, you know, what songs I was going to do, she low-key kind of like discouraged me from doing, I don't want to say it. I'll just say this. Sometimes with TV shows, they're casting. Not sometimes, they are casting. And when it comes to singing competition shows, they're looking for the white guy with long hair that plays the guitar. They're looking for the big black guy who can sing his ass off, soul music, hence Ruben stuttered, you know. They're looking for the white girl who can sing Aretha Franklin. You know what I say? So you see what I'm saying? So me trying to come in there and sing Whitney Houston or, you know, Anita Baker or just anything like that, it is expected of me. So we want to see something different. And honestly, when I heard the critiques, I was devastated because I was just like, that's so messed up. That is so messed up, especially the conversation when it comes to white women doing black music. I mean, I'm all here for people doing what they want. I love everybody, okay? Bitch, if you can sing, you can sing. I'm applauding you. But there is something about just, I've already known in the industry, if, you know, a white girl is singing the same song that I'm singing and it's by a black artist, you know, the cameras are probably gonna be more on her. She's probably gonna get more of a shine. And as a black artist, knowing that and understanding that, it's always been a little bit hurtful. So to see that on a TV show, I don't know, where it was literally like, we're looking for the next American Idol, we're looking for you, and then to realize it's like, no, we're trying to cast, you're a castmate, and we want you to do what we want you to do. And I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at TV shows doing what TV shows do. Just for me, it was my first experience with this, and I was completely blindsided. Hi, this is Editing Nastasia here. I just wanted to clarify what I'm trying to say in this clip. So I know that I said that I was singing a song by Christina Aguilera and Demi Lovato, but I was completely blindsided because my casting agent, she didn't want me to sing that kind of song. I know that these are two white passing artists that are in pop, but their voices are powerhouse, very reminiscent of a lot of black artists and what a lot of black artists sound like. So regardless of these white passing pop artists, their sound, particularly this song, is in the same category as if I was to go there and sing a Whitney Houston song. So when my casting agent is saying that this kind of sound is to be expected of you, so we want you to sing a more pop song, more Britney, more Dua Lipa, more, do you know what I'm trying to say? It came off as distasteful to me because my artistry is my artistry. And when I signed up for the show, I signed up under an R&B artist. It was never any kind of discussion about changing that. Yes, I know I said earlier that I auditioned with Dua Lipa, but when you sign the paperwork, you sign what kind of artist you are. And everybody knew that I was there as an R&B artist, an R&B pop artist. Now, my biggest problem with that is that I felt like they were trying to change me as an artist. And coming into American Idol, like I said earlier, when you think that they want you to come here and be your authentic self and show us why you're American Idol, at this young age, I'm blindsided. Also, I'm looking around and I'm seeing lots of white women God bless them, love them down. They were so sweet to me. But truthfully, I'm seeing a lot of white women singing Aretha Franklin, singing Whitney Houston. So when I'm seeing my casting agent tell me that I can't sing not only songs by Whitney Houston, but songs that sound like Whitney Houston, i.e. Christina Aguilera powerhouse songs, Demi Lovato powerhouse songs, and she wants me to sing Britney, but I'm seeing these white women sing Aretha Franklin and Whitney Houston and they're getting applauded for it. I did not like that. And I felt some type of way about it. And so me doing my song was not only doing it because I wanted to do it, but it was a little bit of rebellion because I'm not about to be put in your box of what me as a Black woman should sound like when women who do not look like me that are singing songs by women who look like me are getting applauded for doing it because it's something that's different. And this different conversation has been going on for decades, and that's definitely another video of another time. But I just wanted to clarify what I'm trying to say in this video. So back to the video. And so that whole night, I think that was actually the day before my rehearsal. So I had a day to figure out. And so I'm scrambling with my friend. Like, what the fuck else am I gonna sing? Like, before I got here, I knew I was singing that song because I knew I was a shoo-in. So now I'm being discouraged a day before my rehearsal. Like, this is insane. And you know, after talking about it with my dad, after talking about it with my homeboy, who they are for me. And they're like, you do what makes you happy at the end of the day. And honestly, baby, what made me happy was singing Fall in Line by Christina Aguilera and Demi Lovato, because I knew I was a shoo-in. And plus, I didn't want to try to do another song that I'm probably not well equipped in, and now I fumbled the audition because no. As a singer, as someone going into a competition show, you are practicing for weeks. Like, you know what your repertoire is, you know what your catalog is, and you want to stick with what wins. And what wins for me are songs by Christina Aguilera and Demi Lovato. You know, I ended up, when I finally talked to her again, I said, you know, with all so much respect, I appreciate your critiques because you do know a thing or two. Like, you're literally a casting agent for this show, so you know what you're talking about. But I just have to go with my gut, and my gut is telling me to choose the song. And funny enough, she was really receptive to it. She was just like, okay, like, if that's what you want to do, like, I can't stop you from doing anything else, so good luck with your audition. When you hear stuff like that though, you are just like, okay, you know. But she's right. Like, that's what I want to do. And thank you for the luck for my audition. I'm gonna fucking kill it. So I do the rehearsal and I'm feeling really great about it. Of course, I'm nervous because I had just gotten these critiques the day before from someone who got me here, you know, but I sang and I was living in the moment, and I know me, and I crushed it at the rehearsal. So when I went to sleep that night, I knew that the next day is gonna be my audition, and I just need to pray to the universe herself and just stay hydrated and just do what I know I can do. That's why I'm here. I completely manifested this moment, and I'm gonna do what Anastasia does. And when Anastasia does what she does, she kills it. It is now officially the day of my audition, and mind you guys, I auditioned on the third last day. The third day was the last day, and I auditioned on the last day. And also, I auditioned first. So I was first to audition on the last day. So I remember when I was getting ready and all of that stuff, I remember producers being like, okay, so, you know, when you go out there, give a lot of energy, be yourself, you look great, you sound great, do your thing. This is the last days of auditions. The judges have been sitting there all hours of the day for literally 2 days, and now today's the third day. They're probably tired, so you go in there and you wake them up. You go in there and you show them that you're American Idol. Like, just giving me pep talks. So shout out to the producers, because the producers, even if they didn't give a fuck, they really sounded like they wanted you to win. And that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of shit that you need. Those are the kind of people that you need behind you, not people who are going to discourage you, even if they do mean the best. All I need to hear in my head is, you got this, you got this, you got this. And that's what they were doing. So knowing that I was first, I literally have this line behind me of people who are gonna go after me, and I'm like, you better do this, bitch. You really are about to start this day off. And also, guys, I just want to say this too. I literally grew up with always being first in a talent show or in a show or anything like that, or last. If you know, you know, you want to be first so you can set the tone and get it over with, or you want to be last because if you're last, you are the last thing that people see and you're right here on their mind. Oh, and by the way, Ryan Seacrest was not there. I was like, where he at? But it's totally okay. So now it is time for me to go through those double doors And I am just like in my head, like I said earlier, like, baby, you got this. Like, you were made for this moment every single day of your life. Like, you've seen your idols go through these same doors and you know, create the life that they want for themselves. Like, just in my head, like, yes, like I felt like a football player before a game. Like, it was everything. And then the producers, they're like, are you ready? It's your time now. Like, cameras are rolling. The sound stage is sound staging. Are you ready? And I'm like, yes, I got it. They open up the double doors and I walk in, bitch. I fucking Tyra Banks catwalk in there, just feeling myself. I felt so good in that moment. And I felt like my energy radiated off of me because immediately they were like, okay, who is this? Also, too, my judges were Lionel Richie, Katy Perry, and Luke Bryan. I walked in and immediately Katy was like, okay, girl, like, you know. And also, too, guys, this happened 5 years ago. So I'm paraphrasing. I'm going to say things like how Nastasia would say things, but you know what I mean, okay? I'm pretty sure Katy Perry wasn't like, okay, girl, but you know what I'm trying to say, okay? So I stand on the little star, my little marker, and they greet me like how they greet everybody. Like, so how's it going? How's your day? Good. How you guys doing? I'm good. And they're like, so what do you got for us today? And I'm like, I'm going to be singing Fall in Line by Christina Aguilera and Demi Lovato. I think I had to do like, hey, my name is Nastasia. I'm such and such years old from Los Angeles, and I'm here to sing this song. Like, very much that. And then they were like, all right, whenever you're ready. And I look at the pianist and he's like, yeah. And then he starts playing. And guys, when I sang for rehearsal, we didn't have the same acoustics. I didn't have a microphone on, but it was still like I could hear myself and I'm like, okay, I got it, bitch. When I was finally mic'd up and I'm in this space, as soon as I heard myself talk to the judges, I knew I got this because my microphone was hot. If you guys don't know what a hot microphone is, that is slang in music, as the mic is loud, is good, the EQ is good. And when you have a hot mic, you don't have to like do a lot of work, you know. When you don't have a mic, you have to like belt and you have to like really use your diaphragm, you know. But when you got a hot mic, you're able to kind of just like relax yourself because the microphone is doing majority of the work. And baby, as soon as I heard myself talk, I was like, I got this. Like, I got this. So like I said, the piano started and I started singing, little girl, listen closely. I don't want to get copyright strike, so I don't know how much I can sing, but the song, it starts off slow and beautiful, and then it goes up to the pre-chorus, and then on the chorus, you are belting, you are going for it, you are using that diaphragm, and it's a really emotional song too, and that's why I picked it, because not only am I singing this very strong, vocally strong and powerful song, but it's also emotional, so I'm able to emote on my face, and you know, I feel like I'm connecting with the judges. It just felt amazing. It felt absolutely amazing. So, you know, it's a 90-second audition. And that's another thing too, y'all. You literally practice for weeks, every single day, for weeks and weeks and weeks, just for a 90-second audition. Like, oh, but that's how it is. And I love it. And it is what it is. And as soon as I finished singing, I knew I had it. As soon as I finished, I knew I had it, because when I had sang this song before to other people, every single person gave me the same feedback. Like, girl, like, you know, like that they loved it. And I'm like, how are these three people different? They're not. And I'm not saying this to like, you know, sound conceited or anything like that. I just believe in myself, and I know the power that I have, and I know the talent that I have, and I knew that when I sang for these people that I was going to walk out with that ticket. But it's like, I'm still human, so you know, you can only hope for the best. And then also too, I've been on auditions where I know I killed it, and I still didn't get it for whatever reasons, political reasons, I don't know, but I know that anything can happen, so I'm not gonna come up here being like, and what? You know, I'm gonna stay humble, I'm gonna do what I came here to do, and I'm going to hope for the best. After I finished, all three of them smile and like nod their head, like, oh my God, okay, you know? And one compliment that has always stayed in my head rent-free was Lionel Richie telling me that I am a powerful singer, I am really confident, and that oozes out of me, and that's great. And you know, Katy and Luke kind of piggybacking off of that, being like, yes, girl, like, like you know what you're doing. Very much like you're that girl and you know you're that girl. So go get your ticket. Like that's literally what the energy is. I ain't gotta lie, Craig. I ain't gotta lie. And that's what made me feel even better, because I walked in here knowing like I know I'm that bitch. I know I'm that bitch, and I'm here to show you I'm that bitch. Tell me I'm that bitch, because I know you don't even have to tell me I'm the bitch. I know I'm that bitch. So for Lionel Richie, Katy Perry, and Luke Bryan to tell me that I'm that bitch, I mean, it was so quick. Like the way, I'm telling you, the way that they treated it was like, girl, okay, Miss Confident, go ahead and get your, go get it. And the tickets were like on this huge wall, and they were like, go get your ticket, y'all. I'm 5'9", so I'm like, I'm taking the first ticket at the tippity top. And they were like, yes. Oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Once I like realized I'm going to Hollywood, I'm like, in front of these people jumping up and down. Like I probably blew out my speaker, bitch. And they were happy for me. And you know, and also too, guys, I don't know how these celebrities feel. I don't know what these judges were really thinking in their mind. I am just talking about how I perceived them, and how I perceived them. They were very nice to me. They commended me on my confidence. They commended me on my energy. They commended me on just my artistry. And you can't take that away from me. It was such a beautiful moment. So after I turned around and I ran to go get my ticket, I waved off, bye guys, I'll see you in Hollywood. And I walked outside, and they had the cameras on me, and they, you know, got the footage of me like, you know, and the same producers who were in my ear, like, you're going first, so you're gonna set the tone, and like, see, we knew you could do it, you're the first of the year. And I can like still hear the judge's mic after I leave, like, ooh, that girl, I can hear Katie being like, okay, like I'm up now, like I'm up, because I feel it. Like they literally have been sitting in these chairs 4 hours and hours and hours, 4 days. And now this is the last day, and I'm the first one to come in, and I'm stumping in there like, you know? And so even to hear that after I walked out the door, I was like, I left an impression. I know that there's thousands of people after me, and they're gonna leave impressions too, but this is about me right now. This is about me. I'm going to take in this moment, and it was so beautiful. So I ended up going all the way back into another theater where my best friend was waiting for me, and I walked in because I had a mask on. So I walked in like sad. You know that trope. I walked in sad, and he was like, bitch. I'm so sad we're not friends sometimes, but he had me fucked up, so he had to go. But he looked at me like, bitch, no you didn't. Like, no you did not make it. Like, bitch, he literally just said, bitch. And I took off her mask, and I was like, no, bitch, I got it. It was so great. Immediately we started taking selfies, we started taking pictures. If I could put pictures and videos and all that is going right here, y'all. Oh my God, one of the best moments of my life, one of the happiest moments of my life. Like I said, just to think that I was sitting at a computer desk and now being here and having the ticket to Hollywood, like I was so happy, and I was so thankful. I honestly didn't even care what would happen after that. I was just thankful to know that I've now conquered at least getting a ticket, and I can say that I did that. So, you know, afterwards we did more interviews and stuff like that. And then after that, they were like, you're free to go. So after that, we went back to the hotel room, and I'll just say this. We had a ball. We had such a good time. They filmed me FaceTiming my dad, and my dad was so happy for me. It was literally just such an amazing experience that I'll never forget. I'm so thankful to have that experience. I mean, it really is just once in a lifetime experience that I'm so thankful for. So after that, I think I had to stay like one more day because I had to do reshoots of stuff and like B-roll and all that stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you though. By that last day, me and my homeboy, we were kind of fed up because we've been quarantined for maybe 5 days. So yeah, going back to work, I literally missed the whole week. And that whole week, every single day, I'd be like, yeah, the COVID test this, the COVID test that. And so I think like the day of my audition, I finally sent them like a negative COVID test. But everything ended up working out because that's how it is. When something is for you, everything works out. It kind of just, you know, falls in line, falls in place. So yeah, I ended up getting a golden ticket, and I got that email saying that I needed to be back like a week later or something like that, week or two later, so I can now be in Hollywood week. So now I go back to work, and I am just I'm like, I cannot believe that I literally just got a golden ticket to Hollywood and now I'm back at work. Like, it was such a surreal experience. Not a good one, but it was still nice to know that it's not like I experienced that and then it's over. I experienced that and now I'm gonna be able to go back. But the thing with that was, because I knew that I would have to go back in a week or two, I knew I would have to quit my job. I knew I would have to quit my job because there was no way I was going to be able to do that catastrophe again. Like, there was no way that they were going to let me leave. And with Hollywood Week, you would literally have to stay there for as long as you go up. So Hollywood Week, I have no idea how long I'm going to go there. I mean, you want to be there for as long as possible, obviously, because that means you're moving up, but you truly don't know. And at least with the first time, I knew I was going to be like capped 6 days. Like, I knew that, but I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do both of these things. So I had to make the decision to quit my job. It was a really hard decision to make because, you know, and I had some people in my ear that were discouraging of me going back. And I had people in my ear that were like, fuck that bitch, you're fucking gonna go. Like, that's not even a question. It's not even a conversation. You're going back. But I was conflicted because this is literally in the midst of the pandemic. Millions of people have lost their jobs, for one. People have died. And so here I am quitting my job and people are out here losing my job. It felt disrespectful to me, it felt disrespectful to quit my job. You know, that stability, that's all of that. Like, I was going to quit my job that I didn't have to quit for this opportunity that I don't even know how far I'm gonna go. That's another thing too. It's like, I don't know how far I'm gonna go. Like, I could be booted off on Hollywood Week and then what? I'm gonna come back and now I don't have a job? Like, that's crazy. But that was a risk that I was willing to take. And I feel like I said this in one of my last videos, me being like, everything that I want to do, I don't care if I have to sleep in my car. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I'm going to make my dreams come true. And I guess looking back, like, I stood on business. Like, that was one of those times that, you know, I could have played it safe. I could have had my stability. I could have done that. Or I'm going to take that risk. I'm going to gamble and I'm going to do what my heart tells me to do and sing. And that's what the fuck I did. Here's the thing though. So I now that I look back, it was 2 weeks. So I had 2 weeks until I had to go back. This is the thing. Now looking back, I started slacking off. I guess I was in my head like, I don't want to work at this stupid ass job anyway, you know? So I started slacking off and I was a great worker to them. So Nastasia is slacking off. Like, what the fuck is going on? So like, so I think I slacked off for a week. So the next week they ended up, you know, calling me into the office and immediately I knew like, like they're going to have a talk with me. And so I go in there and, you know, in fact, they're like, hey, like, but they're so nice. And like, to this day, like if I ever saw them, like I would low-key apologize for wasting their time or whatever, because they didn't deserve that. We were kind of like a familial unit. It was a very small office. I mean, the doctor was pretty ballin'. He would invite us to his Beverly Hills mansion and, you know, have the charcuterie board. Like, it was just a really nice atmosphere. And like I said, because the office was so small, everybody knew each other. It just, you know, it was a really nice environment. So when they saw I was slacking off, they were genuinely worried, like, what's going on? You know, you want to talk about anything that's going on? You know, we've just been seeing that you've basically been slacking off, so what's going on? And y'all, I ended up taking that moment to just be honest with them. And I was like, you know what, guys, like, you're right. I gotta be honest with you guys. And I shouldn't have, and I didn't have to tell them this, but I just wanted to be honest with them because, like I said, it was a really familial environment. So I didn't want to lie again. Like, that was just my conscience. I don't like lying. So, you know, so, yeah, I was like, guys, I got an opportunity to go on American Idol. And, I think that maybe this is just the best time for me to break. And they were in shock. Like, mind you though, at like the little potlucks we would have, they would be making me sing for them. So everybody in there knew I could sing. I don't know if they knew that I was actively pursuing it, but they knew that I could sing. I think like the people I was cool with, like I'd be like, girl, you know I sing, you know, I'm just doing this to pay the bills, you know, but like my higher ups, they didn't know. or I don't know if they knew, but they would make me sing all the time. So when I told them that I had this opportunity to go to American Idol, you know, they were very shocked because I was resigning, but you know, they were like, well, we're happy for you, and you know, I wish you would have just been honest with us and you would have just told us instead of slacking off. And they're fucking right, and I stand on that, they're right. But honestly, you know, I ended up packing up my stuff. I was probably there for like the end of the week, so that was like my 2 weeks notice, and then I ended up leaving. And then it was time for me to go back, and this is when the story definitely changes for the worse, but even looking back, I still don't regret it. So I packed up my stuff and I left, and I haven't looked back since. So now we are in Hollywood week. We're in Hollywood week. This is how Hollywood week just was a complete 180 from the initial auditions. One, I couldn't bring anybody. I had to be by myself. Totally okay, whatever. I'm a big girl. I can do this on my own. Second thing is, I feel like the protocols were way stricter as far as COVID. So, you know, we would get tested all the time. And this time, instead of like regular masks, we would have to wear like these long, like masks that protrude out like this. We all call them duck masks because they look like duck lips or something like that, and they were so uncomfortable. Sometimes they would have like little lint balls in them, so when you like inhale a sing, sometimes you get caught in that shit. And if you were like on set, and on set could mean anything. It could literally mean us all just like sitting in a common area, but now they're about to bring in cameras to do B-roll. Like anytime that it's like, all right, action, and they're doing B-roll or they're doing anything for the show, we could not have water. Okay, so there were so many times when I was just fucking dehydrated. And on a singing competition show, you don't really want to be dehydrated, but it was protocol. Like, I know it's one thing to eat because of contamination and people being sick and it's COVID, but to not drink water, like, I just felt like that was really excessive. And this time for Hollywood week was the first time I truly realized that like the show was political. There were some moments where I felt like they knew who they were going to move forward because they only gave interviews to specific people. And you know, all of us, we would be in the courtyard and we would see one person get called out and they would go into a room and do another interview, but then that same person will get called again to do like another interview somewhere else. And you know, mind you, we all got interviews. We would all have to shoot like B-roll things where we're like walking down the street, you know, and all of that stuff. But to this day, I definitely remember that there were some people who was like, they got extra special cameras on them, you know, and it was like a thing. And so even in that moment, and I was younger, so I don't really get discouraged anymore, but in that moment, I was just like, damn, like, it's a little bit of favoritism right now, or just like this feeling of like, damn, y'all already know who y'all gonna push forward, so why are we here, kind of, you know? But it doesn't matter about that. What matters is that you go in your audition and you kill it. And then when you kill it, the further that you move up, you're gonna be one of the people that have that special treatment. So once I realized that, those voices kind of like shut down a little bit, but it was definitely an experience. It was still fun, you know. I still got to meet people, those same people, you know. We came back and it's like, oh my god, look at us, you know. Like I said, I still follow a lot of those people, but it was just definitely a different experience. And it just, I don't know, I felt like I had like a little cloud over my head the whole time, especially not being able to have water. Like that shit was fucking me up so much. But I mean, once you got over that, I guess, and then you got over the favoritism thing, it's just like any other time in the competition. I don't know, I just felt like, in contrast, the first audition, it was like sunny and it was bright and I had my friend and it was like, it felt fun. It felt fun because nobody knew anybody. Like nobody knew anybody. No one heard us sing. They only saw auditions. So it was truly like, we're here to just do it and we'll go from there. But the second time, it was just different. It was different. I just don't have really like a positive memory. Like when I think about the memory of going to Hollywood week, like the color is blue, you know. If you guys have seen Inside Out, you know what I'm talking about. So I was there for a few days, and I remember going into the rehearsal, which was a day before my audition, and I was singing Sweet Love by Anita Baker, and I just did not feel confident at all. I didn't feel confident because we would have to rehearse with those masks on. Like, I wish I had a picture. I wish I could show you guys. It was just, oh my God. And I wasn't the only person who was feeling that way. It would be all of us girls would be like, fuck, like I can't breathe, you know, like we would have to sing with those on and would keep them on. It was just a really uncomfortable time, but you know, you just kind of try to make the most of it and whatever. Looking back, like I said, I really tried to make the most of it. The day of my audition, I was really excited. I sang in the shower, so I heard myself in the acoustics and I'm like practicing along with the track that the pianist made, and I'm just like, okay, I'm feeling good about this, but there's still something about this audition that doesn't feel the same like the first one. Like I said, the first one, I fucking knew before I even rehearsed with the pianist. Like I knew that it was a shoo-in. Looking back, maybe it was the song. I probably should have did another song. But I've also sang Sweet Love by Anita Baker, and I've smashed that song as well. So I don't know. I really couldn't tell you, but like I said, overall, I just was not feeling it. I was not feeling it. Constantly getting that shit in my mouth and feeling so dehydrated. Oh, and this is the tea. So I don't want to put anybody's business out there, but there was a girl who literally ended up fainting on stage. I think it was maybe the week after, and they caught it on camera, and I think that they fucking aired that shit. Like, that shit is terrible. But when I ended up seeing that, I was like, yeah, that makes total fucking sense, because we were dehydrated the whole time. Like, with those masks on, we can't drink on set. So also when you're not drinking on set, that means that I can't drink water before I go out on stage. Like, that shit is insane to me. Before I go out on stage, I have to at least a sip. No, you can't a sip. But then the last time you're able to drink water is probably when you're outside, and then we're gonna line you up, and then you're all gonna go into the theater, and then however long it takes for you out of this line of people in the theater to finally get up on stage and sing, that's how long it's gonna be for you without water. Just agony, like agony. So like I said, when I I saw that there was a girl who fainted on stage, I'm like, yeah, that makes absolute sense. And for one, that's fucked up that they would even air that. And I'm pretty sure that they didn't say on the show that we were the cause or we were a part of the cause, you know what I'm saying? So, but you know, it was my time to go up, and immediately when I started singing, I was like, this ain't it. This ain't it. And I was so devastated. Because I knew that I wasn't on my shit. Like, I was not 100%. I was not 100%. Maybe like if I was in a different setting, it'll be fine. But I was in a competition show where my voice is literally the thing we are judging. And yeah, because of everything that went down, I didn't have it, bitch. I didn't have it. But and this is the part that I hate, because I have a lot of stage presence. I'm a performer at the end of the day. So there was at one point where I'm like singing along, and I know this ain't it, you know? And then, you know, everybody's grooving because it's a grooving song. And then I'm like, okay, Katie, come out, you know, and Katie gets up and she's like dancing with me from her table. But even though I know, like, regardless, I put on a show, I know my vocals are not there. So immediately after I get off stage, immediately I start crying, because I know I just bombed. And we've all been there. We've all bombed, whether you're a comedian, whether you're a singer, whatever. It just sucked to be in a position where I felt like I could have done better if I had water. But then it's like, you can't blame other people, you got to blame yourself. But it's like, but if I had water, like if I had a swig of water, like I felt like something caught in my throat, bitch. Like literally, it was terrible. Everybody went after me, and I think it was like 6 or 7 of us, or maybe nine, maybe that. And they gave you your results immediately. So after all of us went on, we all stood in line, and they were like, if we call your name, step up. Mind you, you know, they could call your name and tell you to step up, and then you're the people who are going to move forward, or they can call you to step up and all of you guys are going home. So you didn't really know what moving forward, stepping up meant, but someone got called to step up. I got called to step up, and the next person that got stepped up, I know they bombed. So when they told them to step up, I knew I was going home, bitch. I think there was another part of me too that my ego was bruised, because in social settings I'm very lively and I get to know everybody, and I'm, you know, very confident within myself. And you know, when I was around people, I would be telling them like, yeah, like this is what I do. I fucking love to sing. You know, I aced my audition, and like, you know, not talking big shit, but just being like, yeah, like I think I did a good job, and I feel like I'm gonna do a good job again. And for a lot of people, this was their first time hearing me sing. So when I'm bombing and now I'm getting sent home in front of my peers, basically, I was just heartbroken. And of course, you know, I think it was Lionel Richie. He was like, I'm sorry, you guys are not gonna make it. And, you know, you kind of just like, take it. I was fuming though. I was definitely fuming. Now that I'm older, I don't wear my emotions. No, I was gonna lie. I was gonna say I don't wear my emotions on my shoulder. Let me not even lie to you. Like, no. I absolutely probably still would. But you know, you got sent home, so it is what it is. So turn away and you go backstage. And this is the thing that made me like, oh, fuck y'all, was you have to walk off stage and walk past everybody. So that's fucking embarrassing in itself. And then I didn't know this, but as soon as you walk out the door, the camera crew is there to film you crying or to film you whatever. And I was immediately turned off by that. I'm like, no, y'all not trying to profit off my sadness. No, you are not. This is terrible. And I was not a good sport. Like, you know, they came over to me and like asked me, you know, how does it feel to be booted off, and like, how does it, and I was just a bitch. I was like, are you serious? Like, how do you think I felt? Like, why would you even ask me this? My world is shattered right now, and you in my face with these cameras. Like, I felt like Kanye West, bitch. I'm like, I am definitely probably not that girl. I'm not media trained, so you know, I wasn't completely a bitch. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm just paraphrasing, but I just wasn't cooperative. Everybody else was very much like, you know, like, I think you know, but I was like, you know. And so the people who were booted with me, a lot of them had parents, and a lot of the parents were saying kind of like the same thing that I had been thinking, but I had never, you know, all of them were like, well, how are we supposed to do good if we can't even fucking drink water? Like, that was like the main thing for a lot of people. But it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, there were people who were in the same situation just as me and fucking did that shit and they made it. So there's literally no excuse. Like I said earlier, I wish a bitch had water, yes, but you either persevere or you don't, and I didn't, and that was that. I fucking made it 1 week, bitch. And the thing with that is too, and thank God I live in LA. If you lived anywhere other than LA because they booked your ticket here, like, you're on American Idol time. So, you know, you would have to stay. And they were like, well, we might need you for some shoots, so do you mind staying? If you can't, like, it's totally okay, but we would really appreciate it. I was like, I'm booted off the show. Y'all don't need me no more. Like, let's be real. Y'all don't need me anymore. So I'm not gonna like stick around and be sad as fuck by myself in this hotel room just so if at any point, like, I'm on call, if y'all want to hit me up, then I'll come down and y'all have another picture of me wiping my tears. Like, fuck no. So I ended up calling my dad. I'm like, Dad, can you pick me up? I just got booted off. And it was just like going off. Like, I was so sad. And literally I packed up my shit that night and I ended up leaving, and bitch, that was my American Idol experience. So unfortunate that it had to end on such a sour note. And then especially around that time, that was like, that's why I didn't want to do this stupid TV show anyway. But no, I would absolutely do another TV show or anything like that, because at the end of the day, like RuPaul says, if you ever have an opportunity to go on TV, you fucking take that shit, and I absolutely would. But I was younger at that time, just more green. I was very much more doe-eyed. So just to think that, like, I gotta know, you know. And I think another thing is my ego. Like, I don't really do competition things where I'm being judged. Like, I just get paid to sing, and I fucking do a bang up job, and I get my money and I get to go home. Like, that's my life. So to be in a position where I'm being judged, just, bitch, maybe it's because I'm an Aries, I don't know. So honestly, even looking back, I really think that everything happens for a reason. Congratulations to the person who won that year. I don't remember who it was, but that's my American Idol experience, y'all. Hopefully I didn't say anything that's gonna have a cease and desist on me or something. I kept it cute. I didn't say anything incriminating or say anything bad or anything like that. Like American Idol, like you had every right to use the protocols that you did. It was literally 6 months into the pandemic. Like you guys were trying your hardest to keep everybody safe, and I understand that. I just was upset a bitch couldn't drink water. That's it. But at the end of the day, like I said earlier, it will always be a memory to me, that specifically Lionel Richie, because I grew up adoring Lionel Richie, and obviously for the work that he's done with Motown and all the work that he's done since then, and he's just a part of the group of people who I idolize, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder. So really, it was his compliments that mattered the most to me, him saying all of the beautiful things that he said about me to my face, about what I love to do. That's gonna always be the highlight of the actual experience, and being there with my best friend and making my dad proud. That is the memory that stands out. Like I said, it's unfortunate that that's how it ended, but I had the best opportunity ever, and I don't regret anything. So guys, that's my American Idol experience. If you guys know anybody who's been on American Idol, or if you've been on American Idol yourself, definitely let me know how your experience was down in the comments, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you guys are always notified on when I upload. Once again, I upload every single Monday, and I upload shorts every single day. So until next time, au revoir.
Where'd you go?